Yo. Yo. Good morning. Anarchy in the house. The Hobbit Kai. Good morning. Tina Hartman. What's good? Oh, hey, Deuce. What's going on? 3,000 miles to Culver City? What you mean? Goddamn gas. Oh my God. The Hobbit Kai. I had to change recreate my account so I could make videos. Oh, good. You gonna start making videos? Rucking pisses me off more than the news. I salute. Salute to you too, brother. Yeah. It can do that. It can do that. Good morning, folkers. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. Snapzilla Gorilla. Welcome to the Definition of Anarchy, where we believe in true freedom for all people. Where we believe that an injustice done to one man anywhere is an injustice done to every man everywhere. And that's why I get on this screen and talk to you guys the way I do. This is why I use my energy to bring you the information and give you a perspective that's oriented in freedom. That's also why I don't let feelings and emotion get in the way of truth, which is why I have to agree with the coward Lucas on this one. I don't like him as a person. I think he's a shit human being, but even when the snake hisses out the truth, it's still the truth. You know what I'm saying? So you have to give it to the snake. You know what I'm saying? When he speaks the truth, you just gotta watch out for his fangs, which are always hitting. Whew. For me, the first warm-up lap is always the roughest. We need to become business owners and stop depending on the system. I agree. More specifically, owning a business is great, but first and foremost, more important than that, I think, is land ownership. Land ownership. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Full Spectrum Survival, the channel, but he brought up a very good point about land ownership and using your stimulus checks that are coming out to possibly buy land. But not just buy land, buy it in a particular way. He said that he bought land privately from someone, didn't go through brokerage firms, didn't go through real estate agents. They made an agreement amongst themselves in terms of payments, and you know, they took it straight to the courthouse to make it legit. That way, you can avoid all the fees, all the hassle, all the BS. Cut out the middleman and just inform the courts, you know, for, you know, posterity's sake. But essentially, I think, like I said, business ownership is great, but, you know, I feel like land ownership is equally important, because that land can become a fundamental part of your business. Today I'm doing something different, y'all. You know, with my journey up and down these stairs. I'm only doing the stairs one time, and then I'm going on this different trail off in the distance somewhere. And it's supposed to be a good little scenic route. So I'm gonna try that out. A young woman told me about it last time I was up here. As soon as I got off the live, she approached me, asked me some questions, you know what I'm saying? And told me about the route she'd be taking. So I'm gonna try it out. See what it do. All right, so look, read some comments. Anarchy says, you can't always be 100 with people. Even Lucas said it. Call them out when they're wrong. Praise them when they're right. Brian says the same thing, right? Oh yeah. Take the message, leave the messenger. You feel me? Hitler said a lot of the right things. Well, a lot of true things, especially about how to seize control of a country, you know, in terms of propaganda, lies, and whatnot, getting people to give up their own freedoms, you know, creating a firearm registry, little shit like that. The way he talked about how he was able to take over Germany, you know what I'm saying? He was exactly right. And that's exactly what they're doing now. And that's why that one German woman, a survivor of the Holocaust, said that, told America, never give up your rights to keep and bear arms. Never put yourself on the registry, your firearms. Don't ever do that, you know? So even if they pass a law, you know what I'm saying? As soon as they pass a law with this registry bullshit, that's when you inform them that you lost all your shit in a boating accident. You ain't got nothing to register. You feel me? And, you know, do some smart shit. Find some clever ways to hide your paper replicas of the firearms you lost. You feel me? The paper replicas, not the real thing. You know, just in case. Because they might see the replica of the firearm you lost and think it's an actual firearm when they come up in there. And, you know, you might get yourself killed. So be smart. Brian is funny. All right, let's see. Joseph John says, I like Lucas because he was the first to pull Black MAGA that turned against black conservatives when they were defending white cops killed. Yeah, no, he did that, for sure. For sure. But I have yet to do this, but I meant to. I want to go back beyond a year, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years on his channel and see what he's saying about police brutality back then. See if it lines up and is consistent with what he says now. You know what I'm saying? Because when people talk about that, about him going against police brutality, they always talk about in the last year. So I need to see more. So, all right, I did the one lap on the stairs. Now I'm gonna go and do a different path that's supposed to take me. She said altogether to get there and get back, it's about 7 miles. So, you know, I can handle that. She said that was you know, it goes all the way to this one little track. And you know, you guys, when I will go through the hills, where I have really bad reception, I get to a certain point where there's a track at the top of the hills, and so I'm gonna check it out. Do so. I know he mentions that he wants to be called out for something, right? Yeah. Who? Lucas? If he says he wants to get called out on shit, that's what his mouth say. But his actions say different. You know? A lot of people say they want to be criticized, but when they hear that criticism, you know, they don't know how to act. And that's the problem with Lucas. And that's why he threatened my children, because I challenged him. And I wasn't even disagreeing with him. That's the funny thing. The Midas parable was good. Why do you think the bill buying all that farmland? Well, because he wants to control as much resources as he can in the United States. And that was how much he can get. You know, he just wants to control shit. He is a control freak. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So he wants to control resources. He wants to control who has access to what. And I believe that he wants to put out GMO foods. You know what I'm saying? He want to grow GMO foods under, you know, ostensibly to, you know, stop hunger and all the other shit. But really what I think it is, you know, hello, how you doing?
Hey, y'all.
Have a good one.
Have a good one, friend.
All right, friend. So, ostensibly to end world hunger and for philanthropy reasons, right? But we know better. We know he wants to pump people full of GMO foods. Well, in a novel, right? If I were to write a fiction novel about Bill Gates, that would be the plot. You understand what I'm saying? See, that's how you get the algorithm to leave you alone. You know, that's how you avoid certain scrutiny. You know, I already know I'm scrutinized or whatever. But this is the point. The reason why, that's the reason he threatened my children, because he don't really want to be challenged. If he really wanted to be challenged, he wouldn't have to threaten my children. He would understand that I wasn't talking shit about him. I was talking about shit about the slave-minded people that believe it's wrong for us to walk up into a building that we pay for. You understand what I'm saying? Where where our employees are. Those are our employees. And they have some shit to answer for. So we should be able to go up in there and say, hey, what's up? What y'all doing up in here? You know? Yes, now their surrounding buildings, they say it's public, but fuck that. You feel me? Anyway. So we about to hit this little trail. She said there was like one big hill at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? So she said it's very steep. So I'm gonna go down that hill and come back up, depending on how long it takes me to get there. Maybe do it a couple times. But if I'm on a flat, for the most part, shouldn't take me no time at all. I should be able to go about 3 to 4 miles per hour. Fuck. Damn. Ugh, Pantene pouch. All right, so look, man. Yes, I did say I agree fundamentally with the Mays and Lucas on this particular issue. Hold on, let me read some of y'all shit. Link Hellafield's in the house. The Mind is Parable. Old Head Deuce. I like Brian Period. That was worse than Alex Jones to me personally. Well, I mean, a lot of him has changed in a year alone. If you back 2 or 3 years, you're going to see Boomer face possibility. Possibly. Old Head Deuce says, almost got Article 15 for refusing the ruck run, but Big Sarge just gave me a bad smoking. Yeah. Smoking is more, ooh, look at this, y'all. Beautiful. So this is where I'm headed, y'all. I'm headed down this way. So as you can see, we got some overcast cracking, but it feels good. It's not cold, it's not too cold, it's not, you know what I'm saying? It feels perfect. But that's why Luke is mad. He don't know how to use green eyes. If I had green eyes, they'd be calling me Smokey Robinson. You funny. Watch for a deer attack, yeah. Always. A lot of deer in these parts. So, even if somebody, I don't have a problem agreeing with someone when they're speaking the truth, when they're speaking facts. I don't have a problem with giving credit where credit's due. And in this case, you know, Lucas was right. Now somebody hit me, I forgot who it was. Somebody hit me in the comment section, told me about the video Lucas did about, you know, our building's more important than people's lives. And so I hadn't watched the video before that point. So I decided to go ahead, you know, let me see what they're talking about. So I started watching the video, and I didn't really see anything wrong necessarily what he was saying. Because look, this is the bottom line to it. Okay, so in regards to the George Floyd situation, you know, we saw a man murdered. We saw a man murdered on live television or live video. We saw him get murdered. We saw his life get snuffed out right there on film. You know what I'm saying? And the cop that did it is staring, is just looking there, standing there cold-blooded, with a cold, calculated look on his face, snuffing this man's life out, as if he knew what he was doing. I would posit that he did know what he was doing. He knew what was going to happen, and he felt like, you know what? I'm going to be protected on this one because of qualified immunity. Nothing's going to happen to me. You know, I can say, well, he resisted. I feared for my life. He wouldn't get in the truck. He threw himself on the ground. He was on opioids or whatever the case may be. Nothing would justify the way he killed this dude. And so if you couple that with the lockdowns, you know what I'm saying, and everything else, you know, people were getting fed up. People were ready to act out. You have to understand something. Oppression is not a natural state of being for humans or any other animal. You understand what I'm saying? When an animal feels oppressed or cornered or caged, they lash out. They try to break free of those chains. They try to break out of that cage. They don't want to be trapped anymore. They don't want to be enslaved. You have to understand these lockdowns and the way the police treat this, how they act like the Gestapo, how they act like They're the enforcement arm of the politicians. They're the enforcement arm of the elites. And fundamentally, subconsciously, we recognize that as human beings because we have a self-awareness. You know what I'm saying? But with that self-awareness, we're also aware and knowledgeable of how we can manipulate and social engineer people. And at some point, there's going to be a breaking point where people are going to act out. So that's what happened with those riots. That's why people started rioting. Buildings were burned down. People acted out. Not saying it was right. Not even saying it was smart. Not even smart. Because what did the buildings do to you? Right? You're wasting your energy attacking buildings. The building didn't kill George Floyd. You understand what I'm saying? The building owner didn't kill George Floyd. You're burning down private businesses. You know what I'm saying? And those private business owners did not kill George Floyd. The cop killed George Floyd. And who protected the cop? Well, not this time, apparently, because he was fired, then arrested. I don't know what's going on with it now. I don't know if he's on trial yet or what. But whatever case may be, they attacked the wrong thing. But it's understandable, right? You can't ask a caged animal to be irrational or to be rational and logical when they just watched one of their caged buddies get snuffed out by you. You understand what I'm saying? So as soon as you open that cage to feed them or to feed them information or whatever, they're going to lash out. And this is what the social engineers understand. Oh, shit. See, I don't know how my reception's going to be going through here, y'all. Let's see. Let's see. Jane Miller says, I'm against people destroying private property. I'm not really mad at folks taking their frustration at the government and the buildings for state murder. Yeah. Anarchy says, I wish one day you and Lucas can eventually put this beef behind you guys, but somehow I don't know if that's possible. Anything is possible, right? This is the thing about that. He threatened my children. He threatened my life. Whatever, threatening my life, I don't care. As soon as he brought my children into it, it was a wrap. Now, can the beef be squashed? Absolutely. But guess what has to happen? You understand? He can get a mediator. We can get a mediator, and we can hash it out, and he can apologize. Sincerely. He could sincerely apologize. But I will still need to see him with these hands. There's no way around that. We will still have to bang it out with the fisticuffs. If I don't know if you guys are familiar with hood shit, but I grew up in Compton. You understand? I grew up in Compton. I grew up in South LA. I lived in Compton until I was 13 years old. We moved to South LA. And, I lived down the street from Rolling 60 Crips. I was never a gang member because I thought it was idiotic. I thought it was dumb. You know what I'm saying? Just like the same reason I didn't like playing football. You know what I'm saying? When I play football, it's like, why am I going to slam into another guy on purpose, full speed? You know what I'm saying? That's why I preferred things like boxing and shit like that. Sports where, now there's strategy to football. Y'all get what I'm saying. But anyway, if you had a problem with somebody because they said some like fighting words and whatever the case may be, and y'all couldn't get it in, because, your buddies broke it up or whatever, you knew you had to, if one of y'all would call out for a head up fade, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't no get back until that head up fade occurred. And then y'all can go on about your daily lives. You know what I'm saying? You talk about somebody's mama, whatever. You just, now we're adults now, right? It shouldn't be like that right now. We're adults. But the fact that he would threaten my children, I can't That's something I can't rock with. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, yeah, we can squash the beef, but we have to get it in order to really move forward, right? And that might never happen, and I'm okay with that. I don't really need him in my life. You know, it's fun to pick apart some of the things he says, his hypocrisy, you know, and now that he proves himself to be a little prick, it's easier to do that, you know? Hold on. Here. We got Kennethon Park over here. Got the bridge. You better dismount your bikes over here. So anyway, we would have to bang it out. Even if he apologized, whatever. But he ain't got to do shit. And, you know, we don't, it's not that serious for either of us, you know. Neither of us are hurting for not being each other's friends. So it's not really that serious at the end of the day. But it is what it is. So the buildings, yes, it's a waste of energy to burn down buildings and negatively affect business owners that ain't got nothing to do with George Floyd dying. But the frustration and the lashing out is very understandable. Anybody who, you know, and if you don't agree with that, you don't agree with it. You don't empathize with the situation. You don't have to. So, but a really good point he brought up was when one of the callers was talking about throwing somebody through a brick through a $10,000 window. This is La Cienega right here. For Black righteous folks was good. And it was like, dude was like, somebody threw a brick through a window. And Lucas basically got him to say that you can't put a price on human life. So that $10,000 window does not compare at the end of the day. And true enough, a good business person is going to have, you know, insurance or whatever. Damn, I don't know which way to go. Let's see. All right, I think I'll go this way. You know, that business owner is probably going to have, I don't know, health insurance or insurance on that building, you know, for the damages. So, you know, yeah, it's very true. Stacy, what's up? Let's see. They should have attacked the Federal Reserve, but not really though, because the Federal Reserve is not a building. It's an entity that is beyond buildings. It's beyond an institution. The Federal Reserve is a phantom, right? It's about the families involved with that. All right, Alpha Gun says, wait a minute, oh hey Deuce, this all conservative states. Status. LOL. I don't see libertarians or anybody else choosing buildings over human life. Yeah, that's crazy. They're just enforcers, not heroes. No, hell no, they ain't heroes. Exactly, Rodman. Lincoln Health Fellows, their job has always been to protect the property first, especially when they know you do not own anything. Slave patrol, exactly. George Floyd is a psyop. I would have to agree. Ahmaud Arbery, that is the real problem. And it's interesting how no one is talking about Ahmaud Arbery anymore, especially these conservatives, after they found out that Batman and Robin McMichaels, I think it was Robin McMichaels, actually called Ahmaud Arbery the N-word while he was laying bleeding on the ground. Game Withstand said, what did Lucas say about your kids? Hold on that. Property damage gets their attention, but it's like, oh well, you know. I think I went the wrong fucking way. All right, whatever. A trail is a trail, it doesn't matter. Let's see. Let's see. Heard a lot of insurance companies don't cover riot damage. Not sure how accurate that is, but I wouldn't be surprised. Insurance is the biggest scam in here. Yeah, no doubt. Let's see. I stopped caring for George Floyd when I found out he broke into a pregnant woman's home and put a gun to her stomach. She also had kids in the home. Yeah. Now that's true, right? That's part of his jacket. But guess what? You know, he served time for that. He paid his debt to society. Not justifying it, but he paid his debt to society. And when he was murdered on that day, the murderer he wasn't thinking about that. You understand what I'm saying? So, yes, he deserved to serve time, and probably even worse, you know? Let's say if he broke into my house and put a gun in my pregnant wife's belly, and I had the opportunity to disarm him and subdue him, I would probably kill him. Real shit. At that moment. But that's not what happened. What happened was he got locked up for it, served time, got out, right? He paid his debt to society for all intents and purposes. And, you know, then this happened. Fuck, man. Fucking duck. I think I went down the wrong. I went the wrong way. Oh well. I think I was supposed to go to the left. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll go around. Turn around and go back. Okay. All right. Alpha Gun says it's also understandable when property owners start airing people out. Oh, hell yeah. If your beef is government and police brutality, it makes no sense to take it out on other people. That makes you a pawn. I agree. It's one of those things, right? It's one of those things. While I understand the lashing out of the angry people, I also understand business owners, you know, defending their property, defending their livelihood, and, you know, possibly their life if they're there. You know, because, I mean, in that case, it's not really about whether life is more important than the building. When you're a business owner and that's your shit, you want to defend it. So if you know that there's a riot in the area where your business is, you might want to go down there and defend your property with the tools necessary, right? With necessary tools. And so you take those necessary tools, you go to your property, somebody try to break into your shit and fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, at that point, it is what it is. You know, it's not really about life or property at that point, in that moment, you know what I'm saying? But in regards to, justifying, I don't know. It just has to be. I personally would not want to go and burn some buildings down. I would not do that. I'm not even the type to go and protest, right? To go to protests or rallies. I'm not that type of dude, right? I feel like there are better ways to handle some shit other than to try to get the oppressor's attention and let them know we're mad at them. That's really what I think it is. We're letting the oppressor know, hey, oppressor, we're mad at you for oppressing us. Can you please stop? No, that's not how they don't respond well to that. Okay. Let's see. All right, I think Gaming with Stan asked, what did Lucas say about my kids? Well, he said, I get tired of telling the whole story. Basically, I said something that triggered him on his live stream about the Capitol building insurrection. All right. And what I wrote, he took it personally as if I was saying it directly to him. And so he started getting buck, right? Started talking shit. And I was like, I wasn't talking specifically to you. I was talking about people with a particular mind state. All right. And so, but then at the end of it, I was like, but you should address people with the same energy on this live stream as you would address them in person, right? Like if we were face to face, in the physical realm. And that really sent him off the deep end. That's when he said that he had smacked my children, all this other bullshit. Smack my children, smack my wife, and then he said he'd make my children smack me. He never said he was smacking me himself, but I would have been okay with that. That would have been no issue. If he'd have left it to me, I'm like, whatever, he just blowing smoke. But the kicker was, he was like, I see you doing your lives. I know where you be at, blah, blah, blah. I know where you be doing your lives at. I'll make it disappear and your children won't ever sit, blah, what a bullshit, right? And so I told him, all right, I ain't hiding. I'm at the stairs Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. You can go up there in the morning anytime, any of those days, and we can get it cracking. Of course, he made the excuse, oh, I'm not gonna be meeting you where blah, 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 on your terms, and you think I'm stupid? Well, you're stupid enough when you threaten someone's children on a live stream. That's dumb enough. So, yeah, I think you're that stupid. But it is what it is. That's what happened. Let's see. Come on, Reed Unstoppable says, hello, definition of anarchy. Hello, everyone. How you doing? For Black righteous folks, he did that. Whoa, yeah. All right. The Gaming with Stan says the cop Derek Chauvin and George Floyd worked at the same nightclub. Yeah, they did. Something smells fishy. Black cops, deep state, yep. Does sound fishy. I agree. 33 Mason chest tattoo on Floyd. Yeah, there's a lot of fishy shit about that. And he was a porn star. Oh, that looks interesting. I ain't gonna try it with this pack on. I don't think that goes anywhere. All right. Oh, shit. Fucking shit, dead ends right here. Let me see. All right. Y'all can tell, right? Does this keep going? All right. Marcy T was good. Oh, fuck. God damn it. No, it doesn't look like that goes anywhere. Fuck. All right. Some bullshit. Now I gotta turn around and go the other way again. God damn it. Let's see what this is doing. But yeah, let me see. Black Spring with Autumn was good. Jay with Open Eyes was good, man. He says, George Perry Floyd, 201, in the first English gematria. Knee on the back of the neck, 201, in the same cipher. And the next cipher equals 102, like N-word, and police obvious state psyop done in Nomadic rituals. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not familiar with gematria. I don't think that does anything. Oh, man. All right, well, that was a fun little dead end to go to. When I figure this out, I'm a gangster this shit. So yeah, For Black Righteous Folks says, where am I? I am at a trail that goes from the stairs and goes through Kenneth Hahn Park. It goes into Windsor Hills, so. Happy Tuesday, come on. Yes, please hit that like button. Then we'll stand. It says SD and ND are passing laws so Biden laws can't affect their states. Seems like they are getting ready to break away from the union. That would be great. That would be great. But how are they going to operate? Are they going to implement more? Are they going to make their people more free, or what are they going to do? That's what I want to know. What is that going to entail? That's the question. All right, what is this? Is this it? I think I found the right trail here. Yes, a new path. I think I found it. We're not supposed to go up. Yeah, it's easy to get lost, but not really lost. Just trying to find the right path. You know? I know people want more states, saws, like SD and ND, so they have more power to lead the union. Hell yeah. I'm not getting my ass kicked by no one. I heard that, Marcy T. Whew. So yeah, y'all. But really, whether life is more important than a building, that's not the most important question, right? That's not the most important point. For me, the most important point is, what can we do to stop police brutality? What do we do to get free? So that we don't have to worry about taking our frustrations out on buildings. What changes can we make? You know what I'm saying? What learning lessons can we get from this? Gaming was saying says, I know people want more states. Oh yeah, yes, right there. So yeah. Oh, it stinks over here. A little duck pond right here. See little duckies? A lot of good eating right there. Too bad in LA County, I can't do nothing about it. Right? All right. I don't know, man. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah. What can we do? What changes can we make? Something like the states breaking away from the union is a good start, right? But we have to help these people understand that the power is with the people, right? Not the few elites, right? But with the people. So hopefully, with breaking away from the union, these state leaders understand that. Hopefully, they understand that they're leaders, right? And they behave as leaders and not dictators and bosses, right? And authoritarians. That's the point. You understand? Limit your involvement as a government with the people. Do what you're supposed to do as a government, which is protect their freedoms, right? Protect their rights and protect them from, if they give you the power to do it, right? If they give you the power and they give you the funds to secure your state, then give them that power. Then do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't turn around and use that and turn it against the people, right? Because that's what's happening right now, right? Man, we pay these enforcers out of our own pockets. And they treat us like subjects. They treat us like shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how they can so comfortably put their knees on people's necks and snuff them out. And we basically, the people of Minneapolis paid Derek Chauvin to snuff out George Floyd. You know, it being a psyop or not, notwithstanding, that's really not the important thing, right? It's the important thing. I mean, it is important. It's important to understand when a psyop is a psyop. But beyond that, we have to recognize and be careful not to dismiss it just because it's a psyop. Oh, it's a psyop. It's not real. Blah, blah, blah. This was staged. All right, well, why was it staged? And how is it going to affect the people of the United States? How is it going to affect most of the people? Most of the people are going to believe it's real, and they're going to behave like the social engineers want to behave. So we have to be careful. You know, that's why I understand it might be a psyop, but I'm going to treat it like it's real life and operate that way. Because they got the reaction they wanted, right? Look at what happened. They said it's okay not to social distance if you're protesting for George Floyd, right? But if you want to keep your business open, if you don't want to wear a mask, you know, if you want your freedom, it's not okay to get together and break social distancing guidelines for that. You understand what I'm saying? That's the point. And the point is, you know, they release rioters for the George Floyd situation. But when it comes to if they're going after people who were at the Capitol on January 6th, even if they didn't breach the building, people are being put on no-fly list and all that bullshit. People are being treated like criminals just for being at the protest. And not at the protest, yeah, for being at the rally that Trump had, not even going into the building. So the message they're sending is, you know, we can tell you when it's okay to protest and all that other shit. Do what we say when we say how we say to do it. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing? You know, that's how that's how the social engineering works. It doesn't even have to be a real reason. Like, why did they choose to make it okay for the riots for George Floyd and not for the rally for the, rally at the Capitol building? Well, because we understand that the left controls media, right? They control the media. And so media has a lot of power over the perception of the people, right? The media is a huge social engineering tool. So, most of these media corporations are left wing, right? That's how it's presented to us. So they have to keep up that narrative. They have to keep things going in that manner. Isn't there no real reason other than that? No real reason other than that, So, you just gotta think about why they do certain things. It's about division. It's about dividing the people, right? That's what it's really about. It's about causing division when really we should be coming together and focusing on the real enemy. That's what this is all about. So that's where I have to, expound on what Lucas was talking about in that video. That's the important part, to cause division. You understand? So division is the worst thing. Let's see what y'all talking about. Tamiko Anderson was good. She said, first, blacks need to be responsible to their children. Second, from a young age, the dads need to be in their son's life. Third, respect life. You can't blame all others. You can't blame others all the time. That's real shit. People have to take responsibility for their own actions. You know what I'm saying? Including George Floyd. He had to take responsibility for his actions, right? But nothing he did that day could justify what was done to him by that Derek Chauvin character, right? If that really happened the way they say it did. So what if he was on opioids? So what if he didn't want to get in the truck? So what? Let's see. Because at the end of the day, they said he gave a counterfeit $20 bill to the store clerk. But what if he didn't know that it was a counterfeit $20 bill? What if he was fooled? You don't know that. So even in that instance, we don't know if he committed a crime or not. We never will. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Jane Miller says we need secession bad because ain't no reason why we are sharing a federal government and everybody has different cultures and ideas. I agree. You know what's funny? They're causing division. They're forcing the division, right? But at the end of the day, true freedom, when you have true freedom in a nation, division is going to be automatic, right? People are going to gravitate toward other people that they are in like mind with, that they share cultures with. That's a natural thing. You're going to have it, right? People are going to, once you give people that freedom, they're going to congregate, they're going to come together and live as they want to live with each other. You know what I'm saying? And then there are going to be different groups. There are going to be different factions. There are going to be different cultures. The key is you have to be able to coexist and respect each other's cultures and differences, and don't get to disrespecting people. Now, the other shit, you have to respect others. You know what I'm saying? Just because someone thinks differently than you about certain things doesn't make them better or worse than you. It just makes them different. So that has to be understood. But once we obtain true freedom, people are automatically going to segregate. That's just the way it is, you know? But when you try to force togetherness, right, like they do, see, this is a funny thing. They want to force togetherness, but at the end of the day, what they really want is to cause division, right? They want to cause division, create two opposing factions that go at each other so that they can continue to do what they want to do. Whereas in a natural state of being, it doesn't have to be forced, and there doesn't have to be fighting amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? Unless there's a violation, a legitimate violation, then you got to handle your business the way you handle your business. If that makes sense. Kimon Reed, Unstoppable says, all the world want to change. Yeah. All the world really wants is true freedom. People really want to be free. That's even as much as, you know, some people argue with you and say, oh, we need government, we need this, we need that. There's always going to be people who want to be in charge. Well, you know, that's true. But at the end of the day, people want to be free to choose who they want to follow. People want to be free to choose who they want to lead them and to dictate their actions. You know what I'm saying? Out here, let's see. Wait, what? Of all colors, children, Native American AA, and SAM babies. Yeah, them people are nasty. People are nasty. Let me tell y'all something, man. There's some really sick people in this world. There's really sick people in this world that want our children. That's true. Might have a few buffering situations going on. Marcy says she took 12 Native Canadian children and they never returned. That's crazy. I think you're talking about the Queen of England, right? Then they found the bones of dead children native in her hunting area. What? Morning. That's crazy. You got a link for that, Marcy? Man, I wish I was at my computer. Kimon Reed, Unstoppable says, I think allegedly the government wants to change our passport with Modelo 19 situations. They definitely do. That's part of the Great Reset. They definitely do. There's a lot of things they want to do on the back of this Modelo 19 situation. There's a lot they want to do, including, you know, retail robots in everyone's homes. You know, robots performing our jobs and the like. There's a lot they want to do. These goddamn pricks. Whew. Game Ward Stand says there were 4 cops. They could have put him in the back of the cop car, but it was deep state plan. They wanted him outside. Yeah, possibly. Could be in a fiction novel. They wanted him to be filmed. They wanted us to see a cop murder in front of our very eyes and show us this is what we can do with you, to you, at any point, any time, and get away with it. And you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna lash out, burn down some businesses, and we're still gonna exist to rule over you. In a fiction novel. Let's see. Dr. Bombay was good. He says they create confusion to keep the masses distracted. Absolutely moaned. For Black righteous folks says they want to take our choice of freedoms from us and call that BS unity. Case in point, Pan-Africanism. I would agree. I would agree. And that was really what I was saying about Irene Yvette on Sunday. You know, let her tell it. The Black revolutionist movement would be to topple the US government and replace it with their own regime to assert control over the people. I don't roll with that. I ain't with that. You know, if we're gonna topple a tyrannical government in a work of fiction, guess what? It's not gonna be to oppress the people with different oppressors. It's to truly allow people to choose the freedom they want. That's not going to look the same to everybody. To some, freedom of choice is going to be, all right, well, I want this guy as my ruler. He seems like he's righteous, has a good head on his shoulders. Doesn't seem like he's gonna be a tyrant. But, you know, I really need guidance in my life. Some people are gonna choose that. And some people are gonna choose to get together with other like-minded people, form their own communities, you know. And then others are gonna wanna choose to go off on their own and do their own thing and want to be left alone. Some people are gonna want that. You know? Let's see, Tamiko Anderson says, how you doing, Tamiko? Says, people can have their own ideas, sure. We can do what is beneficial for all. I saw a video that showed a little buffering. It wouldn't be a Snapzilla Gorilla live stream without some buffering. Dr. Bombay says, I want to be able to buy land, build on it, and use my own power sources. Yo. Yeah, see? What Dr. Bombay said just said is very important. He said you can't buy land, build his own thing, and have his own power and state. And that's a huge problem. And people say we're free. People say we have freedom in this country. Listen, either you have freedom or you don't. Who would Dr. Bombay be hurting if he decided to live off the grid? Oh shit, can't do that there. Who would Dr. Bombay be hurting if he decided to live off the grid in his own land and live self-sustainably? Who would any of us be hurting if we decided to do that? Nobody. So why is it illegal? Control. If they can't assert control over you, they don't want you to be able to do something, right? If you can do things without them, they don't want you to be able to do it, right? That's what regulation is all about. You understand? So, yeah, that's bullshit. We don't have freedom in this country. Either we have freedom or we don't. See that? Yeah, there's a lot of nuance to things, whatever. But when it comes to freedom, slavery, either you're enslaved or you're not. Either you're free or you're not, And that's really the bottom line to it. You understand? There's many states. I don't think in any state you can do that without having a permit and, whatever the case may be. They're still going to want to have some type of control over you. They're still going to want you to have a permit. They're still going to want you to be under their jurisdiction. They're still going to want to be like, yo, we can come over to your property for whatever reason and do this, that, and the third. If you live in a state and you have your own land and they do allow you to be self-sustainable, if they do allow you to live off the grid, they're still going to have jurisdiction over your land in terms of law enforcement. You understand what I'm saying? So technically, you wouldn't be able to own things like grenades, claymore mines. So you're going to be a criminal in their eyes if you decide to own whatever you want to own on your own property. It's your property. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't even live as free as you want on your own property. One day, they might come knocking on your door with a search warrant for some reason. And if you don't let them in, they're going to do it by force. And then you're going to have a Ruby Ridge situation. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have a Ruby Ridge fucking Branch Davidian situation. You understand what I'm saying? Is that Ruby Ridge? Am I saying the right shit? Am I associating the two things properly? Ruby Ridge and the Branch Davidians? I don't know. Whatever. Not Ruby Ridge. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Where the Branch Davidians property in Waco. People alive. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's as free as you get in this country. You understand what I'm saying? And they were still able to go in there, kill children, and burn people out of their own homes. Right? Because this cult decided that they wanted to live freely. They wanted to own whatever they wanted to own, live how they wanted to live, not be bothered by the government. Well, guess what? The government can't have you not being bothered by them. You understand what I'm saying? So, I don't know what you was thinking, but you got life fucked up if you think you're gonna be living freely. You understand what I'm saying? So, that's what happened at Ruby Ridge. Was it Ruby Ridge? Fuck. But y'all know what I'm saying. Marcy T, what did you post? What happened to that format you were practicing on the computer? I still remember. Oh, that was you? You were my first caller? Well, what happened to that setup is, you know, I have to set things up in a certain way, and my kids be running around the house all day, and it's kind of hard to get on my computer at home and do videos with my kids running around, you know? So, like I said, I would have to set something up in my garage, you know, and go about that way. I'd have to set something up in my garage and, you know, I'd have to get internet to my garage, stable internet. I get internet back there, Wi-Fi, but I want to be able to get a router or something back there and, you know, hard line to my computer so I don't have any interruptions. So there's certain things I have to do to get that set up properly. But if my kids are at home, it's hard, man. That's why I do these rucking lives. All right, so Marcy, the Queen stuff. So Marcy T posted a link in the stream, in the chat room, in regards to, I guess, the Queen allegedly snatching children and doing whatever. The Queen of England. So y'all can check that out at your leisure. The Queen's appetite, man, that's, you know, I wouldn't put it past those people. I wouldn't put it past those people because there's some sick people in this world that do a lot of sick shit to children. For Black Righteous Folks said she's pro-reptile. I believe it. Oh, you were just some random teen. Okay, got you. Man, shit's crazy. The world is crazy, y'all. What's got going on over here? The Welt is crazy. Where does this go? About reptile. There's a lot of interesting things about reptiles. I don't know where this goes. Does this go back to where I need to go? Excuse me. Do you know this goes back to the parking lot area?
We're trying to figure that out too.
Yeah.
We cross paths.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So, thank you guys for coming on, taking this new path with me. You know what I mean? Preverts, yep. Goddamn preverts. Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it. Live a little bit, you know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with it, y'all. We love it. We feel so good after you work out. Oh, I'm glad I can make you guys feel good after I work out. That's great. That's why I'm here, y'all. That's why I'm here. I like it. It's a nice little change from hitting those stairs. Although I think with the stairs, I feel like I burn a lot more calories in a shorter period of time. You know, because it's constantly, you know, I'm constantly climbing. You know, even though I go down, I come up immediately. Here, I might go down for like quite a while before I have another incline. Oh, hey, dude says, salute, I feel so much better. You know, I'm glad I can make you guys feel good. I'm glad I can inspire some people to get out there and train and start to get ready, get their bodies, minds, and souls ready for what may come. Right? And you know what I say? No, this does not go back to the parking lot. Let me see.
I don't feel like that's what I had.
I think
You know, before it got popular.
I started over there. Let me see if y'all can see the towers. I think I started over here. That little gap in the trees. Right? All right. I can't zoom out now. I started way over there, y'all. Or is it? No. I started over here. Must have direction was all off. Over here. I see those towers. Y'all see them? That's where the stairs are. I can't zoom out. What the fuck? There we go. So the stairs are over here. That's where the towers are, the cell towers. And the stairs are right over here. That's where we started at. It looks far, don't it? And I can't stop until I make it back over there, because that's where my truck is. Let's see. When you're tired, even though it's barely there, inches hurt, inclines hurt, yeah. Let's see. Anarchy says, usually with Brian videos, I feel like the world is gonna end the very next day. Your videos give me more hope. I appreciate that, man. You know, it's just in regards to how people approach certain things, man. You know, I feel like I can understand that sentiment, you know, but I feel like there's some hope in what Brian says. You know, some of the videos. I agree that sometimes, you know, it's good to sometimes throw solutions in there, you know,